Pyryang, also known as Imugi, is a mythical creature from Korean legends that is believed to be the precursor to the dragon. It is said that if an Imugi lives in cold water for 1,000 years, it will transform into a dragon and ascend to the sky with thunder and storm while carrying a yeoiju, a magic pearl. However, if someone witnesses the Imugi's ascension, it is said that the creature will never be able to ascend again. There is a proverb related to Imugi, which says, "An Imugi that failed to become a dragon," which refers to a person who is full of tricks and causes harm to others without any sense of conscience. Although the exact appearance is not known, in various media and adaptations, it is often depicted as a giant serpent resembling a python. There are stories that suggest it is simply a snake that transforms into a dragon after living for 1,000 years, but more commonly, it is believed that a snake that lives for 500 years transforms into an Imugi, and after another 500 years, it becomes a dragon. It is sometimes portrayed as a dragon's offspring. The Imugi is not known to directly cause harm, but it often gets involved with humans and causes trouble due to its unpredictable temperament. This is why the angry Imugi is said to harm people, resulting in the phenomenon known as Yongorum. This is a cautionary tale warning people not to go outside when the weather is bad, as it may anger the Imugi and cause it to harm humans. The Imugi is the king of all creatures living in fresh water, such as lakes, ponds, and rivers, and especially aquatic animals are under the Imugi's control. It is said that when a school of fish exceeds 2,500 individuals, the Imugi appears from somewhere and becomes their king. Imugi, like dragons, is closely associated with water and is considered to have a deep relationship with rain and water. However, while the dragon was a powerful god of water that could summon rain, typhoons, lightning, hail, and clouds, the Imugi was thought to have only weak powers to summon clouds. Also, unlike the dragon, the Imugi was not seen as controlling or managing water. It was believed that if the Imugi lived nearby, the spring water would not dry up. On the other hand, there were many conflicts among Imugas over the rights to lakes and other bodies of water. Of course, the stronger Imugas occupied larger and more comfortable lakes, while the weaker Imugas could only live in small ponds or rivers with few fish. Therefore, weaker Imugas sometimes sought help from others in their fights. There is a folk tale related to Kim Shimon, a general of Joseon who led a great victory in the Battle of Jinju during the Imjin War, the Japanese invasion of Korea, and the Imugi. This is a story about Kim Simin when he was 9 years old. The entrance of Baekjeon village where Kim Simin lived was situated where Baekjeoncheon, now Byungcheoncheon, a creek, meandered. There was a rock that was submerged in the water of Baekjeoncheon and there was a large cave underneath it. A big serpent-like monster lived in the cave, appearing from time to frighten people and even cause harm to livestock. Kim Simin decided to get rid of the monster. One day, he happened to read a book that said snakes could be caught with a bow made of mulberry wood and arrows made out of mugwort stem. Kim Simin immediately gathered the village children and headed to Baekjeoncheon with mulberry wood bows and mugwort arrows. He then put the children on top of a large stone, Turtle Rock, at the entrance of the village, using their shadows to lure the monster. Some say that they also had a child climb a hackberry tree and cast a shadow on the water to lure the monster. When the Imugi appeared after seeing the child's shadow, Kim Simin shot 5 or 6 arrows and hit the monster, killing it. The Imugi's blood is said to have turned Baekjeoncheon red for several days. There is another legend about an Imugi at Wangji Pond, the source of the Nakdong River. There was originally a wealthy man's house whose name is Wang on the site of the pond. One day, Wang gave some cow dung to a Buddhist monk visiting his house asking for a donation. Upon witnessing this act, a daughter-in-law apologized to the monk and offered him a bag of rice. The monk told her that their family had used up all their luck, and if she wished to survive, she should follow him. Also, the monk warned the daughter-in-law never to look back in any situation. Soon after, lightning and thunder struck the house, causing it to collapse and turning it into a large pond. Wang turned into an Imugi. Unfortunately, the daughter-in-law who ignored the monk's warning and looked back became a stone on the spot. As seen in the folktales we looked at today, the Imugi is one of the most frequently appearing animals, with a frequency of appearance that is almost on par with tigers in Korean folklore. The 2007 film, D-War, directed by Shim Hung-rae is based on the Imugi legend. I hope you enjoyed today's story as well. Thank you very much for watching. Likes and subscriptions would be greatly appreciated and would be a big help in producing more content.